My dear students, welcome to this channel once again. Today I'm going to discuss future tense. All the segments or all the divisions of future tense I'm going to discuss here in this class. In only one class, I shall discuss all the divisions of future tense. The first one is simple future or future indefinite, simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous tense. Okay, let us start now. Future tense. Future tense. Okay, let me write the divisions first. Number one, simple future. Number two, future continuous. Number three, future perfect. Number four, future perfect continuous. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. The first one is future perfect, or it is also called future indefinite. And though in India we in most of the cases we consider simple future as the name of these tense, but in the international level in so many cases I have found that they consider it as future simple tense. Okay. It is well accepted as simple future in India, so we are going to consider it as simple future or future indefinite. Okay, then future continuous, future perfect continuous tense. Okay, let us discuss it individually, focusing on individual tense. The first one is going to be simple future. Simple future or future indefinite. Future indefinite. We call it future indefinite. Some people also call it future indefinite. If you wish, you can call it future indefinite, or if you want to call it as future indefinite, then just do so. No harm in doing that, I think. Probably there is no harm. Just learn the fact how to make sentences with simple future or future indefinite tense. Learning the sentences, learning the formula, and the use of the sentences in our writing, in our speaking, while we are conversing with others, that is most important. Okay. Let me write one or two sentences. I shall complete the work. Okay, just consider this sentence. I shall complete the work. They will accomplish it soon or shortly. When something is going to be finished or something is going to be completed in near future, then we must use shortly, not recently. Okay, in so many cases people just commit mistakes by writing or by using the word recently. Don't do that. Okay. I shall complete the work. They will accomplish it soon, shortly. Okay, there are only two words while discussing simple future or future indefinite tense. I must say that there are two words. One is shall, and the other is will. Either we need to place shall after the subject, or according to the subject we need to place shall, or according to the subject we need to place will. Okay, either shall or will. When shall, when it is I, when the subject is I, we place shall. When the subject is something else, when the subject is not I, when the subject is we, then also we place shall. Otherwise, normally we don't do. In some cases, you will find that they have written, or some famous writers also use I will, or in normal cases, people like to use I will or we will. Then what will happen if I use will after I? When if we use will after we, if we do that thing, then what will happen actually? Is there any harm if we write like this? I should say, whenever I am discussing tense, I cannot do that. Whenever I am discussing tense, the core thing of grammar, then I cannot do that. I cannot place will after that, after I, or I cannot place will after we. But what we can do, that is while conversing with others. Okay, when conversing on, when writing something in an informal manner. When it is formal, then we must not. When it is informal, we can. Okay, in so many cases, people are using it. In so many cases, I also use it, but there is no harm. But whenever it is the core grammar, dealing with tense actually, then we cannot do, we should not do. Okay, because generally it is accepted. Why people are using, why I am also using will after I or after we? Actually, when we were children, that is some 15 to 20 years back, we were taught that only shall will be placed after I, and only shall will be placed after we. No will be placed after I or will. But there is an exception. What is the exception? The exception was that when I am giving focus, or I am focusing, when I am focusing, or I am emphasizing, or I am giving emphasis on the fact that I shall surely do it in future, then we must use will after I, we must use will after we, and we must use shall after you, after they, or other subjects. Okay, it was the rule, but nowadays it is not that much accepted, I can say, because while giving focus, we are not using that in that manner, and English has become much more liberal to accept all these things in general. That's why I'm saying that if you use these words, if you use will after I, there is no harm, unless and until you are discussing tense, or you are dealing with it in the formal manner. Okay, just when it is formal, just don't do. When it is informal, you can do. That is the thing I must say. I shall complete the work, something that will happen in future. They will accomplish it soon or shortly. Okay, I shall complete the work, or they will accomplish it soon or shortly. So something will happen in future, something will take place in future. When something will take place, something will not be going on. Okay, something will just take place in future, then we shall use this tense, simple future. Like this, I shall complete the work. In Bengali, আমি কাজটা complete করব. I shall complete the work, আমি কাজটা complete করব. They will accomplish it soon or shortly. They will accomplish it soon or shortly. তারা এটা খুব শীঘ্রই accomplish করবে মানে কাজটা করে ফেলবে, কাজটা সম্পাদন করবে। ওকে, কাজটা করে ফেলবে তারা। তো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য থিং, যে ফিউচারে যদি আমরা কিছু আমাদের মানে শুধু আমরা না, মানে যে কোনো সাবজেক্টই হোক না কেন, in future something will happen, ভবিষ্যতে কিছু একটা ঘটবে. If this is the case, then we must use simple future. Okay, let me derive the formula from these two sentences. Let me derive the formula from these two sentences. Say, subject, and then either shall or will. I'm told already, either shall or will. According to the subject, we must place shall or will. And then say, this is the main verb, or the V1, as we say, or we consider as accomplish. This is also V1, the main verb. the subject plus shall or will plus V1 plus object plus complement. It is as simple as this. Subject plus shall or will plus V1 plus object plus complement. Okay? Subject plus shall or will plus V1 plus object plus complement. These are the things you must learn. This is the formula. But what is the need of the formula? The need of the formula is that in the beginning or initially you need to check if the sentence is correct or not. Using this formula you need to place these words, but after practicing it for some days, just remember these sentences. Just remember these sentences, don't remember the formula. Just forget the formula, remember these sentences, remember examples. That will do. If you try to make so many sentences with future simple future tense, then what you need to do? You will remember the formula, what it was after subject shall or will, then the main verb, then the object, then complement, like this. Don't try to do that. Just have your concept clear. Remember the examples. Just remember one or two examples. Okay, and on the basis of those examples you can derive the formula, you can derive anything, you can write lakhs of sentences, millions of sentences you can write. Okay, just go and doing that. I shall complete the work, they will accomplish it soon, shortly. Okay, the people will act according to the advice. The people will act according to the advice. Act, they will work. They will work like that. Okay. The people will act accordingly, according to the advice. But the people will act accordingly. Okay, like this. So I don't think that there are confusions. There is no exceptional case as such. If you consider that placing shall after I or after we is an exceptional case, then you can consider that. Otherwise, there is no exceptional case as such in simple future tense. Okay, you practice some more sentences, writing some more sentences with some words I have written here with these words. Okay. Drive, finish, improve, probe, inundate. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have given you 5 words for practice. Write sentences with these words. This is your homework. Drive, finish, improve, probe, and inundate. Drive, finish, improve, probe, and inundate. I have given you 5 words, and with these 5 words, just go on writing or just go on practicing your sentences. Make sentences with these words. Okay, that will do. Okay, let us shift to future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. Whenever it is continuous, the concept is clear to you. I think whenever it is continuous, the action is going on. Now, whenever it is future continuous, the action will go on in future. That is the thing. Okay. Okay, let us start with future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. Let us start with some examples. Future continuous tense. They will be going to the cinema hall. See, they will be going to the cinema hall. Okay, they will be going to the cinema hall. So in future it will happen. It will continue. It will continue in future. ভবিষ্যতে তারা সিনেমা হলে যেতে থাকবে. Okay, ভবিষ্যতে তারা সিনেমা হলে যেতে থাকবে. They will be going to the cinema hall. we shall be working hard. Okay, they will be going to the cinema hall. We shall be working hard. আমরা খুব কঠিন পরিশ্রম করতে থাকবো. They will be going to the cinema hall. We shall be working hard. Okay. They will be going to the cinema. We shall be working hard. From these two sentences, let us derive the formula. Here I have used will be. Here shall be. Okay. As it is continuous, your concept is clear. I think V1 plus ing we have placed. Here also V1 plus ing. Okay. To the cinema. Here there is no object in the first sentence. Here it is complement. And here also it is complement. Here also it is complement. There is no object. There is no word, no object. No harm, no object, no harm, no complement, then also no harm. You have come to know that we must have a subject and also a verb that will make sentences. Okay. They will be going to the cinema hall. We shall be working hard. তারা সিনেমা হলে যেতে থাকবে, আমরা কঠিন পরিশ্রম করতে থাকবো. Okay. These are two sentences. Let me write the formula. Don't bother with the formula much, but initially you need to learn the formula. Okay, initially you need to learn the formula. Using the formula or on the basis of the formula, you need to practice more and more. Within some days, you will be able to reject the formula, or you will be able to forget the formula forever. Okay, you just have to remember the sentences. On the basis of one or two examples, you can write millions of sentences using this tense. Okay, formula: subject plus shall be or will be, subject plus shall be or will be plus V1 plus ing plus object plus complement. Okay, subject plus shall be or will be plus V1 plus ing plus object plus complement. Subject plus shall be or will be plus V1 plus ing plus object plus complement. You have found that. You have come across that. I think that is clear. The concept is clear now. So you consider any sentence. They. This is the subject. Okay, this is the subject here. Will be. According to the subject, we have placed will be. What is the formula? Either shall be or will be. You can use only one. Either shall be or will be. According to the subject is they. That's why will be has been used here. They will be going. As it is continuous tense. That's why V1 plus ing. Going to the cinema. To the cinema, that is complement. We shall be working hard. Okay, we subject shall be working. According to the subject, shall be has been used here, and then V1 plus ing, then hard. It is complement. So nothing more to say about this tense. Don't worry. This is very simple. Future continuous, subject plus shall be or will be plus V1 plus ing. Already in present continuous tense we used it. And what is the difference between present continuous tense and future continuous tense? Say they will be. Just replace will be with are. If you want to make it past, just replace all these things with were. Okay. If it is present, they are going to the cinema. See, this is as simple as this. They are going to the cinema. তারা সিনেমা হলে যাচ্ছে. They were going to the cinema. তারা সিনেমা হলে যাচ্ছিল. They were going to the cinema hall. We shall be working hard. Okay, we shall be working hard. We are working hard. It has become present continuous. We were working hard. It has become past continuous. It is as simple as this. We can have so many tenses. We can apply so many tenses just replacing one or two words. This is seriously tricky, and this is seriously funny and also very easy to do. Very interesting. I shouldn't use the word funny. This is very much interesting. Okay. The subject plus shall be will be V1 ing object complement. Okay, I think the concept is clear. The words I gave you 5 words. I gave you 5 words after discussing simple future tense. With those words only, make sentences using future continuous tense. Okay, with those words only, make sentences using future continuous tense. So that will do. Okay, let us move to future perfect tense. And while moving, I just want to make you. I just want to ask you recollect what you learned in present perfect tense and what we learned in past perfect tense. In present perfect tense, it was something like that. I have done it. Okay, I have done it. Or okay, let me write the sentences. When it was present perfect tense, I have done it. When it was when it is present perfect tense, when it is past perfect, I had done before you came. Like this. In present perfect, there was only one work. In present perfect, there was only one work. Present perfect একটা কাজের কথাই বলা হয়েছে. But in past perfect tense, 2 things have been discussed here. I had done before you came. I had done to 2 subjects. I subject, you also is subject. I had done, had plus V3. You came, subject plus V2. That is, this part is simple past. If you remember, you need to remember also. This is simple past, subject plus V2. Okay, I think you can remember now. It is there in your mind. So I had done before you came. Like this formula or like this example or like this use, like this sentence or like this sense, we are going to have or we shall have 2 different works, 2 different actions in future perfect tense also. What is that? Suppose if I need to change this tense to future perfect tense, what is written here? I had done before you came. I shall have done before you come. I shall have done before you come. See, it has become future perfect. Future perfect tense. This is future perfect tense. See, I shall have done before you come. I shall have done before you come. Here in this sentence, 2 actions are taking place, right? Here in this sentence, 2 actions are taking place side by side. One is taking place before another, or in this way also we can say that something is taking place, one action is taking place after something. Okay, see, I shall have done before you come. Though I have not written what I am going to do or I shall have done, the work has not been mentioned here. No, there is no problem. I subject, here I is a subject, here you is a subject, right? Shall have, as it is perfect, that's why shall have and then V3. You have to bring shall have or will have according to the subject. Either shall have or will have, plus as it is perfect tense, that's why done, do, did, done. Okay, the third form of the verb done. Before we have to place before or after, because something will have happened or something is going to happen before another. So that's why we need to place like that. We need to use something like that. We need to use before. You come, that is subject plus V1. So the thing that is going to happen earlier, that is going to happen before something else, it will be perfect. Shall have, it will take shall have. If you do the work, if you finish the work before another, then you will have the gift. I ask everyone to remember like this. If you do something before some other people, okay, if you are the first to do, then you will have the gift. What is the gift? The gift is future perfect. The gift is future perfect. You will have, shall have, or will have plus V3. And if you finish it later, then if you come second, then you will have this only subject plus main verb. That is simple present. Just remember, we are discussing future perfect tense. The first part or the first action that is going to happen or going to take place, it will have, shall have, or will have plus V3. That is the everything that actually defines denotes actually perfect. You will get that, and the action that will take place later or that will take place second will have only subject plus B1. That is only simple present tense. Though it is future, the second part will not be simple future. The second part will be present, simple present. Okay, the second part will be simple present. The formula of simple present, subject plus B1. You remember, I think. Okay, I shall have done before you come. I had done before you came. It was past perfect. It was past perfect. And this one is future perfect. Okay, and this one is present perfect. This one is present perfect. Let us wipe everything else. Okay, now only future perfect is there on the board. You can see, I shall have done before you come, or the army will have transgressed the border before the minister asks them to do so. Fine. The army will have transgressed. Victory. The army will have transgressed the border. That is, they will cross the border, money without permission. They will cross the border. You can say illegally or without permission. That is transgress. Okay. The army will have transgressed the border before the minister asks them to do so. Army border cross korbe, minister taderke ota korte bolar age. I think it is clear now. Okay. Here also I shall ask you to practice to make sentences. You just go on practicing. Okay. You just make sentences of your own. You just make sentences of your own with the words, with 5 words that I gave you earlier. Okay. Then the only one tense is there. We have discussed 3 future tense, or we have discussed 11 out of 12 tenses, right? Then the final discussion, then the final tense, that is future perfect continuous tense. In some cases, students ask me, sir, is it mandatory to learn future perfect continuous tense? The first thing is that out of 12, how can you choose, or why should you choose? Why don't you want to learn? The use is not that much. It is not that much in use, because if you consider any book or anything, you will not find many sentences with future perfect continuous tense. But we must learn it. Future perfect continuous tense. You must have the idea. No one knows when you have to use that sentence in your writing. Okay. Any time it may come that it may come in your exam or anywhere. The time may come when you have to use so many sentences. That's why we must learn. Okay, come to future perfect continuous tense. Okay, future perfect continuous. What is future perfect continuous? When should we use future perfect continuous? Like past perfect continuous also, there are two actions. In future perfect, just we have learned future perfect. In future perfect also, we have seen that there are two actions. There are two works that we do. Two actions actually take place. One takes place earlier, one later. Okay. So here, as it is perfect continuous, then the sense of perfect will be there and the continuous thing also will be there. Okay, that is, something will be going on, something will continue before something else. Okay, like remember this example. I always ask my students to remember this example. This is mandatory to remember. I can say, but I cannot pressurize you. Okay, just remember the sentence. The bus will have been returning to the birds will have been returning to their nests before the sun sets. The birds will have been returning to their nests. The birds will have been returning. See, will have. The concept comes from future perfect. Will have. As it is continuous, that's why been is coming. Been plus B1 plus ing. Okay. Will have been returning to their nests. It is different. It is complement. Before the sun sets. This is the second part. The sun is going to set later. Okay, the sun will do second. That's why only future simple tense it is getting, or simple future tense it is having. The birds subject. According to the subject we have used will have. Then been plus V1 plus ing. As it is continuous, that's why when it was future continuous, it was will be returning like this. If you remember correctly, it was will be returning or shall be returning like that to their nests. Before is there. It can also be after. Just bring it first, then it will be after. Okay. The sun sets. This is simple future, that is subject plus V1. Object may come, another complement in the sentence may come here. Because there are two parts. বোঝাতে পারলাম, দুটো জিনিস হচ্ছে, একটা কাজ হওয়ার আগে আরেকটা কাজ চলতে থাকবে, এরকম যদি বোঝায় তাহলে ফিউচার পারফেক্ট কন্টিনিউয়াস টেন্স হবে। I hope it is clear now, the concept is clear now. The birds will have been returning to their nest before the sun sets. Future perfect continuous tense. তাহলে এটা বোঝালাম, আই থিঙ্ক এটা ক্লিয়ার হলো। এটা আফটারটা কখন হবে আমি জাস্ট বলে দিই। The sun sets after the birds. The sun sets after the birds will have been returning. Will have been returning to their nests. Okay, the sun sets after the birds will have been returning to their nests. সূর্য ডুবে যাবে, পাখিগুলো বাসায় ফিরতে থাকবে তারপর। ওকে, তাহলে এখানেও জাস্ট আফটার দিলাম। এখানে আফটার দেওয়াতেও কিন্তু জাস্ট আমাদের মিনিংটা কিছু চেঞ্জ হলো না, কনসেপ্টটা কিছু চেঞ্জ হয়নি। দ্য কনসেপ্ট ইজ দ্য সেম। The sun will set after they will be returning. They will have been returning to their nests. So this is the way. This is the form. This is the way we must use. We must apply future perfect continuous tense. Let us write the formula. Let us write the formula. Subject, according to the subject, shall have been or will have been plus V1 plus ing plus object plus complement, okay, plus before or after plus subject plus V1 plus S or ES plus object plus complement. Okay, V1 plus S or ES, you can write S or ES. If you wish, you can write, or as it is an exceptional case, you may not write also. Okay, if you wish, you can write. Just write V1 plus ing. Subject plus V1 plus object plus complement. That will do. Whenever it is exceptional case, that is the subject is third person singular number, we have come to know that when the subject is third person singular number, we must add S or ES with the main verb. That is the thing to say. And here I think everything is clear now. Future perfect continuous tense. You just go on practicing. That will do. You just go on practicing with the words I have given. I have given you 5 words, or you can do something else. That is just collect any word from anywhere and make a sentence using one of these 4 tenses that we have learned in this class. Okay, carry on. All the best, and thank you for participating in this class.